Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. Welcome to the Underbelly After-Hours. Coming to you not live. And from in my basement. Gotcha.
There we go.
Gotcha. Cue Patrick's thing.
Take off your coat, stay a while!
Like listening to new music? Want to know a band before they get popular? Tune into the Underbelly Hours, Sunday nights at 6 p.m. on WRSC 88.7 FM, and discover the best of local, unsigned musicians. Don't miss out on the next big thing.
Hey guys, it's been a little bit. How are you? Hoping well. Lots to talk about, of course, as always in the world. We're not going to really do introductions because we did introductions last time.
Yeah, so if you want to hear what this whole thing is, then go check out last week's episode.
That's
or bonus
right.
episode.
And you can check it out on YouTube. Actually, we prefer YouTube because we're trying to get that
build
platform up a little bit more. But of course, we also have...
we invested money into,
into
the whole video portion
yeah.
of this thing. And
right.
Yeah, we want
to be Joe Rogan, kind of.
I'm just a Joe Rogan wannabe.
That's all. But we also are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. So enjoy whatever variety, whatever medium you wish. And now, I think, since we don't have an intro to give, we just go right into the drink of the week.
Let's go straight into the drink of the week.
Which
is...
Drum roll, please.
Coming to you from the one and only Dry City in the very quaint and sometimes boring downtown Wheaton.
Mm-hmm.
Great little independent shop brewery, little microbrewery. Yeah, I got their dark Mexican chocolate stout.
Oh.
It's called Sol de Noche.
Oh, man, that sounds amazing.
And it is amazing. It's amazing. This is well, there's not like a logo or any kind of design for each beer. It's just them. But
the beer.
I'm gonna pour this out. Maybe pour one out for the homies. That are
I
no
will
longer
not
with
be
us.
partaking. Oh wow, okay. I guess we're getting serious here.
Shit.
Fuck. We need to remember to bring napkins next time because this happened last time as well. Napkins on the list for next time around. Joshua, come on down to get your fill.
Don't judge me how I poured that beer.
It's okay.
It's kind of hard when you're pouring from this thing.
Yeah, I love... Empire Brewing Company is the same thing. I love that, like, jug, but it's so hard because they also put the handle at the top like that, which makes it difficult to pour.
That was a better pour.
So...
Thank you. You're welcome.
2 cents in that case.
But yeah, ooh, that probably wasn't good for the mic. Anyways, yeah, this one was one of my favorites in the summer months when we were able to actually go out and do shit.
Cheers.
Turn off your vibrate. Cheers. I know, turn off my vibrate.
Yeah, and I will give another plug for Dry City as well. I was there this summer. We actually met up there to discuss the Concert on Wheels, and whoa, it was great. Really great beer. I can't partake today for health reasons, but...
That is fine.
Please give a description as you sip, because I'm super curious. The good old sip.
It's chocolatey.
Chocolatey.
It's better than last week's, in my opinion.
Whoa! Better than last week's.
Sorry, Hopewell.
No, that means it's a really high standard. I thought last week's was amazing, so...
Last week's was amazing, and this is... I mean, it's
Is it
Dry
spicy?
City.
Is it spicy a little bit?
There's a little bit... Yeah, there's
Josh,
a
you
hint.
can talk.
There's a hue.
He's back there miming to us. You can talk,
it's like,
dude.
Josh, you can...
This is
we
the
can pick you
Underbelly
up on
After-Hours.
Yeah, fair. That's fair. I like it. It's more cocoa-y than last week's.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh man, that is some good stuff right there.
Sorry, I never because I was yelling at Josh. What? It does it have a spice to it?
It does.
Because Mexican hot chocolate usually has like cayenne pepper, right? That's what makes it Mexican hot chocolate.
There is like a little bit of a spice to it.
Sure. I was gonna ask for a little bit of the rundown of this brew, but I went in right when they were closing, so I didn't want to be like, "Hey, can you
tell me the whole history of this here beer?"
of this here beer, right?
Fair enough. But, yes, Dry City. Great place. If you're ever in Wheaton or even just around the area and you're like, hey, I want to pick something up, go ahead and do that there.
They're super cool people.
Yeah.
It's a, small team. And they have a passion for just brewing the best shit they can. Mm-hmm. And it comes out amazing every time.
Nice. Oh, that's so sweet.
Genuine, heartfelt people.
I love those guys.
Yeah.
And there's live music in the warmer months. They'll bring it. Well, I guess they did do it inside too. It's just been so long, I've forgotten that that existed.
Yeah. This last year has been just, what a year. What a time to live through. Yeah. So, good beer, yeah?
9.5 out of 10.
Ooh.
Would you agree, Josh?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put that on my list.
Hopewell was a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, Hopewell was 9. This is an extra 0.5.
9.5.
Yeah.
Woo! Competition's getting tough, bros. Tough competition.
Yeah. I feel like maybe next week we should probably try something other than a stout.
A chocolate stout.
A chocolate stout too, even more specific. Maybe.
Hey, I mean, it's a chocolate time of year, though. You know what I'm saying?
No. I just like being a fat ass.
Fair enough.
I like the chocolate.
Well,
I like the sweets.
Speaking of sweet things, do you want to come on to the jams of the week in that case?
Yeah. Are we starting off with a local fave or a...
Let's do the same thing. I liked what we did last week. So we started off with like a more big thing, and then we went on to the local.
Okay. Well, I'll start off this week.
Okay.
I've been jamming to Jefferson Airplane, Surrealistic Pillow.
Oh, man.
Might be getting up there with one of my favorite albums of the late 60s.
Dude, Jefferson Airplane is solid.
Grace Slick. She's pretty slick.
Pretty damn slick.
If I do say so myself, that voice. And, yeah, there's just so much good stuff on that album. It's mostly, if you guys haven't heard it, it's the album that had Somebody to Love on it, as well as White Rabbit, which are probably the biggest 2 singles they ever put out.
If you know Jefferson Airplane's probably from those 2 songs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When the truth is found to be lost. Yeah, that one. Or if you've ever seen The Cable Guy. It's the karaoke scene there. But yeah, no, that album's just been kicking my ass. In a good way.
In the best way.
What was I saying about that? Oh, yeah. It's not just... Like, there's so many good songs on it, other than those 2 singles, that I feel like could have been just as big if they were promoted as singles. Mm-hmm. I mean, the first song is also just amazing. Like, it kicks off the album with, like, all right, here is the genre of psychedelic rock. It's like, bam, we're here. Haight-Ashbury, San Francisco, 67. Where's the drugs? Where's the sex?
Where's the droogs?
Where's Manson?
Oof.
Alright, but yeah, that's what I've been jamming to.
Cool.
Song pick would probably be... Is it just called Best Friend, or is it You're My Best Friend? But it's the third
It's been
song.
such a long time since I listened to Jefferson Airplane that honestly I couldn't tell you. Probably since...
Actually, no, today. Today is really cool because it's like haunting.
8th grade.
It's really laid back, and the harmonies when they come in. I mean, basically, whenever Grace Slick comes in on the harmonies, it's like, ooh, when she's not singing lead. Mm-hmm. Just overall great dynamic album and such a staple in psychedelic rock.
Agreed.
And on to my local pick. I'm gonna shout out my homie Jack Byron.
Jack Byron
put out a song not too long ago called The Hill. He, I guess, technically may not be considered local anymore because he's on the road. Nashville. I think he's officially based in Nashville now, but he keeps like traveling. I think he just posted a picture being in Virginia or somewhere, North Carolina. I don't know.
I love how you said, when you said North Carolina, you automatically got a little bit of a southern accent.
Right?
On Carolina.
North Carolina?
Yeah. You said Carolina.
Gotta honor it.
There you go. Yeah.
But here's a little snippet of his latest release. It was released in December last year. It's called The Hill.
Woo.
I wanna go to the top of that hill, where the time is silent and the world is still, and turn my eyes to the setting sun, where sky and heaven bleed into one. I saw my papa and he spoke to me, in memories and in my dreams. And side by side on the top of that hill, this is what he said to me. He said time is like a loaded gun, and some is lost and some is won, but life for you has just begun. Stop living life while you are young.
Chill about that, and I've always
very relaxing.
Yeah. To be honest, I like that more for his voice, this more laid back style of instrumentation than. I mean, his album was EP or album.
Yeah, EP. It was like a solid 6-7 songs.
It was kind of like, I mean, some of the songs weren't exactly crazy loaded instrumentally, but I feel like his voice really shines in this natural kind of folk setting of just him and guitar. There's something very...
Could be a mixing thing, too.
Could be? Yeah. I don't know. Something about this I really, really enjoy. You feel like the warmth of his... The warmth and the, like, the cool... Just, like, timbre of his voice. He's got a very high voice.
Yeah.
Which for folk is great.
I feel like it could be a mixing thing, because if I remember correctly... I mean, I guess we could pull it up.
Mm-hmm.
But in the EP, it seemed like his voice wasn't, like, as... forward mix, and this one's like, since it's just guitar and voice, it's you can do a lot more to make the voice stand out and shine.
I like the EP, by the way. I'm just saying, I think
I love the EP. The EP
I like
is one
how
of my
his
favorite
voice
local
shines.
releases.
Yeah, it's a good.
I will go down on record and say that one of my favorite local releases. Two Travelers, check it out. Jack Byron, you're the man. I hope you're doing well with all of your travels.
With all your travels.
I hope. Yeah.
Ha ha ha.
Travels. And any other travelers that you meet along the way. But, yeah, I like his voice because it kind of has a bit of a Bob Dylan.
Yeah, exactly.
Tone?
But
no, I don't want to say tone because Bob Dylan's voice sucks.
No, not tone. No. Timbre.
Timbre,
I guess. A little bit, where it's like in the same... like color almost.
Yeah.
It's like a higher register and stuff, but he's a lot more melodic than Bob Dylan is.
If Bob Dylan actually could sing, and had a good voice, and didn't suck.
Yeah, I mean, and this is not a hot take, right? We all know that Bob Dylan writes great songs and can't sing.
Yeah.
I think.
There's too many of those people out there.
You think that there's people out there who like genuinely believe he's a good singer?
There's people that genuinely believe Billy
Corgan? Billy Corgan?
Is it Billy Corgan?
Yeah.
Is that his first name?
Yep.
Yeah.
God, he's a Billy?
He's a Billy.
Fuck Billy's.
Oh my god!
You hear that, Billy?
Damn! Billy Corgan just automatically yeets us off the internet.
Who else? Oasis. We were just talking about Oasis.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, solid songs, but the voice just comes in like nails on chalkboard.
Yeah.
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 I guess some people dig it.
That's true.
It's the new trend too, because
I think
everyone uses so much vocal fry in pop music now. It's like
that's true.
I guess it's the new thing.
It's gonna be so bad for their voice long term.
I hope they all get, I was about to say I hope they all get
No.
I hope their voices get shot.
Okay. It's just surprising to me right. It's surprising to me.
I was gonna put an age on it, but I don't know how old these people are.
Well, they range, right? And it's surprising that a lot of these people are signed to major
18
labels.
to 22.
But they're signed to major labels, and you'd think that the label has an investment in making sure the artist has as long of a career as possible. And yet they're not teaching them about proper singing. I mean, I'm not even a singer, and I know that, like, that's not how you sing, right?
Have you heard Miley Cyrus's voice, talking voice?
Yeah. Well, she goes into... When she talks, she just goes into vocal fry, dude.
No, but she wasn't always like that. She sounds like she's smoked
maybe
8
she
packs of
has,
cigarettes,
bro. Maybe she has.
Twice a day.
You don't know Miley's life. I feel like Miley is kind of crazy.
And she was crazy, but she was on a couple podcasts recently promoting her new shit, and she was basically going on about how, like, the studio people are just going to push you. They don't care about resting your voice. They're like, no, we got this show. We got to do this.
Oh,
we got
so you're
all
insinuating it sounds that way because they've been pushing her so hard.
Yeah, her whole career since
she was like 12, right?
12, it was her just being, no breaks, just go, 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 go.
Yeah, that's true.
So, that does not lead to a healthy voice when you get older. You sound like a trucker.
Come on, record labels.
Like, how old is she? Like 28 something?
Yeah. She's not even 30. Oh, maybe she's around that
age. Maybe she's 30. She sounds 80.
Yeah. Well, although, to be fair, I'm looking forward to her new album. And I think that
I think she's
going in more
amazingly
of a rock,
talented, but I'm not like...
She's going into
I haven't heard
more
anything
of a style.
recently that are just like, ooh, wow, amazing.
Midnight Sky's decent. Midnight Sky's... Have you listened to Midnight Sky? Nah. It's decent. And I have a very love-hate relationship with Miley Cyrus as a person. I think that she takes a lot of matters very far and posts things without considering people's feelings about controversial issues, but we won't get into that today.
It did sound like her episode on Joe Rogan was basically just a giant therapy session for her.
Dude, for a lot of these artists, they sometimes use interviews, I feel like, as therapy sessions because it's just, they have so much shit to deal with.
Oh, boo-hoo, I'm rich and famous.
Rich and famous.
I got addicted to drugs because my lifestyle is so demanding. Oh, boo-hoo, let me cry about it in my Bel Air mansion. Yeah.
I mean, sometimes people aren't emotionally happy and satisfied. I mean, that's another type of...
I don't give a shit.
I'm just saying. I cannot like artists sometimes, but I can at least appreciate that the way our industry is run is stupid.
Troubles. I'm not denying they have troubles, but they should also be able to be like, add some perspective on it.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, I am so lucky.
For sure.
That I don't have to, work a street corner selling drugs to pay rent.
For sure, but I mean, it's hard. Once you get to that level, I'm sure there's a lot of other shit that you gotta deal with to even maintain your personality through your music. Consistently, like, fighting for that and shit. I don't know.
I don't have much sympathy for... I mean...
That's fair.
We'll get into it because we're going to be talking about Machine Gun Kelly's album, which is very much like a... Oh, boo-hoo, my identity is what is it because I'm famous. Me. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, let's get into that when we get into that because I have a different take. I think that it's selling out. I don't think it's about him at all. But in any case, my pick of the week now for jams. As far as like mainstream jams, I was gonna pick something I enjoyed, but then we started talking behind the scenes before we were when I was setting things up, and I started talking about Chromatica, the Lady Gaga studio album, the latest one, and I realized I do want to talk about it because I don't actually enjoy it, and I was very disappointed by that. As someone who's liked a lot of Lady Gaga's albums in the past, I think that, even if she has one or two songs on there that are definitely like record label pushing singles just for like a generic, I guess mainstream acceptability, mainstream popularity, she normally does have a very unique identity in her pop's music that is just cool and interesting, and albums tend to have themes with her a little bit, even if it's not like a, what's it called? Concept album. It's just like there's a cohesiveness within each album. This one, I literally felt like was just thrown out because people, like her record label needed her to release a bunch of dance music because 2020 was so horrendous. People need something to be happy about. write a bunch of these dance music, have like keywords like, you know, feminist, free woman, you know, it's just, and have like a few collaborators. I mean, she had Elton John
maybe it's a little
collaborate
bit
with
pandering?
her. It's 100% pandering. And it's just disappointing because out of a, you know, record-breaking, very individual sounding artist, pop artist, someone who still has been able to keep her sound, even though she's blown up and you know, everything, she still usually sounds distinct. I could not honestly tell, for example, the biggest single on this was Rain on Me, right? The collab with her and Ariana Grande.
Rain on
when
me.
the first like 5 times I heard that song, I wish it was that. No, the first 5 times I heard that song, I could not tell which verses were Lady Gaga and which one were Ariana Grande.
Ew, that's an insult.
Yeah.
That's a huge insult to
like,
Lady Gaga.
It is. It really is. Whoever was mixing this made the voices like somehow just so even. I felt so underwhelmed. And then it was extreme. What was more proof that this is all pandering and kind of, sorry I'm getting mad at this because I love Lady Gaga. One of the other things that kind of shown me,
Gaga.
Well, Google for Gaga, that's true. Is that kind of shows that this is all pandering is fucking Billboard named it their song of 2020, Rain on Me, from this album. And I know I'm picking on that song in particular, but that was like the big #1 single of 2020. And fuck, no it wasn't. It didn't, it's so boring. The melody's boring. You can barely tell who's singing what song. And it has nothing to do with what we fucking went through in 2020. Either be some sort of like anthem that's like super, super uplifting to, you know, remind people of this year, or be like a sad fucking depressing song because that's what 2020 was. And this is just like a song that could have easily found itself in 2008, 2009, just a dance floor club song. I'd rather be dry, but at least I'm alive. And it's just like, I'd rather be dry, but at least I'm alive. That's like your main point of that song. What the fuck? It's so boring.
Wait,
all the songs are so boring.
What are you trying to say with that one?
I don't know. And another pet peeve, this one's so stupid.
I'd rather be
dry, but at least I'm alive.
So she's saying
so
that
rain on me. Sober? No, but it's like rain on me, all you hardships of life, because I'll still make it through. I'd rather be dry without any hardships.
I see.
But
I instantly associated dryness with sobriety.
And there's the thing too. There's a
Stop
few
pounding
times.
the table.
Sorry. There's a few times where it sounds like what the fuck is she? Is she talking about being sober? Is she talking about like going through a hardship in life? It's just so generic that you can't tell what she's talking about. Hopefully not. I know that sometimes they get to that point, dude, as like meme songs, and I wonder if sometimes they're getting to that as like pop songs because they're so bad. And then another small.
Well, maybe that was her just to play, you know, on her team for a bit.
Yeah.
Maybe she didn't want to do anything remotely associated with the year 2020 because she maybe thought, like, people don't need to be reminded of that. We just got out of it.
It was in bad taste.
Let's just move on. Let's just do something else.
Okay.
Distract, like, let's just leave it in the past. Let's get back to dancing and singing about shit that doesn't matter.
Sure. And I appreciate that. I think that that's a good way to interpret it, and probably the way that she wanted this album to be interpreted. But it also has no, like, melodic longevity. I can't recall, like, most of the melodies off the top of my head, apart from Rain on Me, because I'm forced to listen to that so many times at work.
Rain on Me when you're not strong.
You know, it's just, there's so little originality in it. And I'm sorry, but apart from the nicely produced music videos that are beautiful, I don't think this album has anything that will stand the test of time like her previous albums did. So I'm very disappointed. And maybe people will hate on me for this. Go ahead, please let me know if you disagree with me, because maybe I'm completely in the wrong. But I thought it was very bland of an album. Ciao.
She at least has one thing. A cool album title.
Chromatica.
It's a pretty cool.
That's a cool album title.
Name.
Yeah, that's a cool album title. I like Chromatica. Chrome.
Right. It like should have been a cyberpunk album.
Sounds like a hardcore like 80s synth pop.
Mm-hmm.
Something like.
Or that too.
Heavy electronica.
Yes.
Also sounds like a Grimes album. Would be named Chromatica.
Nah, gross. You just ruined it for me.
Sorry.
Oh.
It would be in like fancy letters.
Yeah. Every other letter's capitalized. Yeah. Lowercase. Add an extra like elvish symbol at the end.
Grimes is gross. Grimes is just a gross human being.
Why do you think that?
Have you seen her?
I mean...
Have you heard her?
Have
you listened to her talk?
I think that she is very all over the place when she talks in interviews as a normal person.
Get rid of the word normal.
Okay. Yeah, she's not. I think when we talk about Grimes, it's interesting to
do more drugs.
Think about, is she putting on this act?
Do more drugs.
Well, is she putting on this act? Like, is she trying to be this weird and strange, or is she just, like, this disconnected from reality? I guess.
I think she's trying too hard to be smart because she's dating the smartest guy in the world right now.
I've heard people say that before, but listen to her interview with Andrew Yang. I think that she's annoying at some points, but I do think that she's not just all an airhead. Though she can come off that way because she often talks.
I think she talks out of her ass.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So, naturally, when you're talking out of your ass, you know, at times, just by luck, you'll make sense. But the inconsistency proves that it's just a bunch of air and flatulence. Air and flatulence.
I don't know. I changed my mind a little bit after that Andrew Yang podcast.
Okay, well then go turn around and listen to her interview with what's his name? He's an he's a
astrophysicist?
No, not an a theoretical physicist. Who's it? Sean Carroll? Sean Carroll, I think.
Sean Carroll. I don't know
what's
who
his
that is.
podcast? Hold on. Please hold. Yeah, Sean Carroll's Mindscape.
Okay.
He had Grimes on, and yeah, Sean Carroll is a genius.
Okay.
I mean, he's talking theoretical physics, which is just like a completely different language. So why did he
invite an artist on who knows nothing about theoretical physics?
Well, he has other like.
Okay, so it's a
thinkers.
talk show, right?
Okay. Yeah, it's not all about theoretical physics. Trust me.
Okay.
But because she was doing this thing with like an AI persona for one of her albums or something.
Yeah.
He had her on to talk about like AI and also probably just to get closer to Elon Musk. But she sounded so, well, like you said, all over the place.
Yeah.
Talking out of her ass. Like, a lot of things just didn't make sense, and there were times where Sean Carroll was like, do you mean this?
Right.
And then there was one point where he was asking her about the music making process, and she had to turn around to one of her managers and was like, what do I use? I'm like, you phony. You big fat phony. If you're making music, you know what you're using.
Okay.
No. If you
if
if you are making music in any kind of DAW, you know what you're using if you're actually spending the time in that DAW, digital audio workstation, Ableton, Pro Tools, what have you. You know what you're using. You got to go into those files and get the plugins and shit. Like, if you're actually making it and spending time editing this stuff, you know what you're using.
That's confusing, though, because there are...
No, she was talking about, like, her
DAW.
Yeah.
But...
And, like, what, programs she uses and stuff. And,
was this recent?
Like a year ago.
That's
2 years ago.
That's crazy. I mean, I don't know. I've seen...
Before the dark times.
But she has, like... concerts like you could watch on YouTube live in studio, like where it's, you can't hide behind anything, and she's making beats and shit live. I mean, I don't know, maybe
I don't know. I'll have to check these out.
I don't know, and I'm not trying to defend her because, like, I don't know, I think she's the smartest person. I just see a lot of very absent-minded artists like her, even in our spaces. I think people who, just because they're absent-minded doesn't mean that they can't make great art. It just means that they have trouble explaining their art, and they probably shouldn't be sent to this talk show to talk about things when they are obviously very scatterbrained and not well put together.
Maybe. I mean, some of her music was okay when I checked it out, because after the interview I was like, all right, who is this?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you existing right now? And it was okay. It wasn't anything crazy.
Yeah.
But
she's not exactly my taste either, I suppose, in music. There's a few songs I like by her.
I think...
Please hold. Well, Dan.
Cut this.
Dial up tone.
9:15.
Okay, sorry. Let's move on. Maybe. Let's cue this. Or here, finish your thought, and then because we do have to move on. It's a little late.
I just don't like Grimes. I think she's full of shit. And she might be possibly a gold digger because when Elon Musk sold all of his houses and all that shit and all of his things, she got pretty mad. Pretty dang mad at him. Also, it was her idea to name the kid Ash X12.
He added the J. He added the jet though. He added the jet. The A12 was his idea.
Well, when you start with XA, you're just well, at this point we're just making shit up. Right. So I'm gonna throw in my thing. I guess.
Yeah, gold digger. Also, he's had 6 partners, and he has so many kids.
He has 5 or something.
This is his 5
Others
or
with
6.
semi-regular names.
That's true, but
that aren't using
he's
numbers.
The gold digger. He's not exactly somebody who seems to care that much about long-term commitments. Anyway, let's move on from that. Because I don't know where else we're gonna go with this. Musico. Anyway, it's fun to talk. That was a fun.
It's fun to talk shit.
Yeah. Anyway,
that's pretty much what the After Hours is gonna be.
Yeah, just talk shit.
A lot of talking shit.
Anyway, Bellow and the Whale is what I've been listening to lately. I know we've talked about them before, but they are great. Really enjoy their latest work, which is called... I forgot the way it's kind of phrased interesting. It's something about sound. Hold up. It's just called The Noise Still Lingers. Lots of really good stuff. I would say one of the things that interests me the most about this EP, I'm not gonna play. Let's not play the same song or Lion's Share because that's very representative of their pop song. My Grave stands out on this one.
Okay.
Because it's completely. It's almost like a folk Appalachian style song. It's completely different from everything else. So let's play a little bit. It's kind of fun. Although don't expect all of the album to be like this. This is the outlier that they threw in for fun. This is old folk.
Did you play cello?
Yeah, I did. I played cello. This is a bass, not just cello.
I know, but I just hear low strings and I'm like, Adela.
Bass.
Is that your cello?
And the morning makes dew.
Except, you can pause here. That's the whole song kind of just,
Okay. I was waiting for a violin to come in and be is that your cello too?
Yeah.
Then a horn part. Is that your cello?
Very quaint.
The one thing I will mention is after recording with them a few times.
With your cello?
With my cello. They're lovely people. But it's just always hard, for the violin too, it's just so hard to find a good
second cello?
place. A good placement for the microphone that captures all of the things. Because either it ends up being overly bassy or it ends up being a little bit tinny. So we have to it's still hard to find that sweet spot. But same thing with the violin. But I don't think it takes away from the song at all. The song is really wonderful, and all of the songs are fantastic. That's just
Stop being overcritical of yourself. And your contribution. I know what you're doing. Stop it. It sounded great.
Thank you.
It sounded amazing.
They're fun. They're really great. Go check them out. I love Bellow and the Whale.
Yeah, I love their harmonies. Their voices together are just...
I know.
It's just beautiful.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yep.
It's beauty. And from that beauty, we must unfortunately move on to non-beautiful things. By that, for some reason, I felt like putting on our document last week, and Dan took it very seriously. Machine Gun Kelly's new music video because I was like, wow, he released a 49-minute music video musical thing. And it's gotten over 4 days. It got 4 million views. Over the weekend that it premiered on like certain streaming platforms, it got like 13 million views combined. So I was just like, what the fuck? How is this getting so many views? And
because he's dating Megan Fox.
Does this mean that maybe?
I'm kidding. That's the.
I mean,
has nothing to do with it. She looks a little plastic now, though, right?
She could be. I mean, I don't know anything about Megan Fox anymore, to be honest. I don't think anybody does.
They're dating?
Yeah, they're dating. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, it's a whatever thing. It's like, I guess it's their relationship, their problem. But yeah.
Well, anyone that Machine Gun Kelly dates, it's going to be like, really?
Anybody who chooses to
be
in a relationship with Machine Gun Kelly is somebody.
It's always going to look weird.
Yeah. He's weird in general, but let's start with the music video because...
Let's do it, because you put in the doc that he released this music video thing and had all these bullet points with it, and so I was like, oh, well, I guess I have to watch
So he ended up watching all of it.
I watched the whole thing, and she just skipped through it, like
I just watched the highlight. Because, I commend you. I couldn't do it. So, I guess you can more accurately state your hate for it in that case. I found it interesting because I just feel like every generation has some sort of cringy high school story with music attached that they relate to their generation. We had High School Musical. Gen X had something. Was it Grease? Probably their thing.
I think Grease would have been...
Boomers. Gen X had something, I'm sure. And now the Zoomers, I guess, will have Downfall's High. It's kind of how I interpreted it, and then I want to hear what you interpret it as. I think it's definitely complete sellout, attempting to capitalize on how popular his image is with Gen Z and e-boys and e-girls kind of thing.
Wait, what?
Machine Gun Kelly's now
e-boys and e-girls? What is that?
It's like guys and girls who are...
Cam girl is?
I'm talking more about the fashion style, not the cam girl. Okay, but it came from I guess it came from cam girls and stuff. The terms, but it's basically now like also kind
cam
of
girls is in
stuff.
the girls that strip on camera for money.
Yes.
Okay.
But now it's also
so that's a whole thing now. E girls and e guys.
Yeah, but the way I use it is I've seen it.
Thing?
No, I've seen it used also as an alternative fashion, like mixed with like new internet shit. So think about like the pop punkers of our generation, but then add internet to it. Kind of is what they're starting to go for.
What does that have to do with anything with cam girls?
It started off as the terms.
Give me the whole history. Whole history lesson.
I don't even know, bro. I honestly don't know. Somehow it was cam girls, and then they turned into nickname for e-girls, and then e-girls are like starting to be like Lolita, kind of like anime-ish things, and now it's alternative fashion. I've seen e-boys described as like guys with ripped skinny jeans and who are moody on TikTok, and I don't know. It's weird. And maybe I am misinterpreting the evolution of this, but in any case,
wrong too.
he appeals to a very specific type of Gen Z that I think that he completely has sold out on, and the label is just like, since you appeal to all these high schoolers, let's make a generic ass story. You can kind of relate to it because you're a little punk bitch, you know? And here's this, you know, we're going to give you a camera team, some hot models, boom.
TikTok stars.
Yeah, I don't think this is at all supposed to be indicative of him. But what's interesting is how popular it is and how fucking long it is. Which makes
just the album's length, pretty much, and then some. It
makes me kind of hope that the one good thing I see out of this is that hopefully maybe people are starting to be more experimental with music videos and like.
It's not that experimental.
Well, no, but like the fact that it's super long and like.
That's not that experimental.
Really? Okay, I don't know. I just feel like people's attention spans are so short now, so I'm impressed that he managed to get that many views on targeting to that generation, you know, who watched that whole ass
maybe
thing.
Most of the views were just from people like me being like, alright, what's this guy doing? Is this good? No, it's not. Why am I still watching this? Oh, because I got a podcast to do, I guess. There's 4 million people. There's 4 million of me's out there just being like, I guess I gotta get through this to the end.
Mm-hmm. That's what I got out of it.
That's what you got out of it?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well.
You think he's more... You were starting to say something about he's more... I don't know.
I don't know, honestly.
Yeah, honestly.
It's so just blah. And it's riddled with cliches that like you can tell are going to be coming from a mile away, so there's no like originality to it. There's nothing that's like, oh, well, that's interesting, it makes you think a little bit. It's like, no, that's
no thinking.
all of it's dumb. I got a little bit more of an insight, maybe, I don't know if this is accurate portrayal of how like teenagers are flirting now, but oh my god, do I fear for this generation. I
feel like it can't be an accurate portrayal,
dumb
bro.
As bricks. Bricks might be smarter. They are dumber than bricks. One of the lines was like, so do you like airplanes? I was like, I fucking hate airplanes. And then they go run off. It's like, was that supposed to be flirting? And I even found someone mention it in the comments. It was like, can someone please explain to me if this is how people are flirting now? And you know, it started this whole thread of like, yeah, kinda. It's unfortunate,
it's
but
the Gen Z humor, I think, a little bit.
Where's the
humor?
humor?
TikTok humor. It's absurd. Nothing makes sense, and it's supposed to be funny. It's like why a guy throws soup at a wall, and everyone's like, haha, soup on a wall. You know? Have you seen that TikTok?
That's fucking stupid.
It's really dumb. Yeah, I don't know. Don't go on that side of TikTok either.
Okay, well.
Because it's scary.
So yeah, there's cliches, horrible writing. None of the plot actually like makes sense. There's predictable things that, you know, I'm just gonna go out and spoil it because nobody's gonna watch it.
It's fine.
I'll save you the trouble. I'll pique your curiosity. There's this mopey little bitch, and he's like, me. Life sucks. Like, we haven't heard that before.
As you do when you're a teenager.
No, I'm not faulting him for that, but I'm just saying, like, alright, we've seen this a million times. At least make the character interesting or likable, so you can maybe try and empathize with like, oh yeah, I remember I was kind of like that, yeah. But, like, this guy's a little overselling it. And maybe it's not his fault. He's a TikTok teen, so his acting chops are non-existent. And he just kind of looks like he just has such a punchable face. It's just... And they even make fun of that in the video. You know, he gets on there, you know, he starts a band later, and the first comments in the audience are like, I hate his face, I hate his shirt. And I was like, well, finally, I can agree with something in this video. I might go on some pretty wild digressions here, trying to...
It's okay. This is Dan's summary.
I had to watch this whole thing, alright? There's a lot of shit.
You never had to watch the whole thing.
No, I had to because in the doc, it was like, oh, this and this and this. And did you know about this? And did you know about this?
Well,
there were so many things about the video. And it's like, well, I gotta watch this.
It's more in the context of Machine Gun Kelly's career, because I find it fascinating how much he goes from this bad rapper to even worse pop punk star, and people love it. But anyway, continue on with your journey.
Okay.
So Punchable Face Boy
shows up and is talking to a somewhat less punchable face friend that is a dropout, and they're both like,
life sucks.
Life sucks. And then, for no reason at all,
some hot girl
shows up. They're like hanging out in the bleachers.
Of course.
And he's just sitting there doing nothing. And she's like, hey, he's kind of cute. And her friends are like, are you fucking stupid? And I'm thinking, all of you are just stupid. Okay. Machine Gun Kelly is stupid for writing this shit and thinking that this was actually, like, good. But
4 million people think it's good.
No.
Continue.
No. There were some fun comments.
I just checked the views. It's at 6.5 now.
6.5 now. Oh, fuck. Okay.
All right. And, so yeah, you get this guy that kind of looks like if, what's the guy from The Cure?
What you gonna insult him?
The
lead
Robert
singer?
Smith.
Yeah.
Smithy!
Yeah. Imagine Robert Smith, but, like, worse. Just worse. I can't really think of anything better. He's just a worse Robert Smith.
Alright, you left off with Hot Girl says, he's cute.
Yeah, which is not true, because a worse Robert Smith is far from cute.
I think we get it. Can we move on?
I had to stare at this guy's face for 49 minutes, okay? Along with Machine Gun Kelly's, mopey faces and whatever the hell he was doing with his expressions. Trying to be a pop punk star. God. But then you get this, like, hot actress that's in these other shows, and it's like, there is no way in hell in high school that would happen. Because she's supposed to be like this.
Also, she does not look like she's in high school. Continue.
No, because she's 23.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be like the preppy, hot,
yeah.
like famous chick that everyone
Who
loves.
falls for the dork.
But he's not a dork. He's just a little.
Who falls for the little bitch.
It's like, yeah.
Okay.
So that right there is just like, oh, this is so forced. Like, I think in interviews he kept kind of like relating it to Grease, which was just even more insulting, because Grease, it's like
Grease is bad, but it's not as bad as this.
Yeah, I liked Grease.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
In its campy, like, bad way, before John Travolta became a
dude, I can't stand
cultist.
I can't do John Travolta. I think that's why. I'm like, how the hell does everyone find this alligator face, man? Hot. Olivia Newton-John, yeah. That's true.
Alligator face.
Yeah.
Dude, he's scary, but anyway.
Yeah, so I guess he's trying to force these parallels, which just do not land at all.
No, God, no, please.
And one of the problems
no.
for the whole video is that he's trying to incorporate this story element with just, like, basically 4 lines of dialogue, if that, in between songs.
Yeah.
And then the songs aren't even, like,
they're so
moving
generic.
the plot along. It's just a music. It's a performance video. Sorry.
They're crazy generic. It's
yes.
Yeah.
It's just a lazy performance video with some different backdrop every time. Like, it would make more sense and would maybe actually save the story if you could add more to it and actually just have the music.
Actually make a concept album music video?
Yes.
Too hard. For him.
Yes. But yeah, it just turned into just these little tiny scenes that have no room for character development or, like, give you time to even try and find a reason to like these characters. Because it just gives you, like, 4 lines each and then to the song, which sometimes doesn't even, like, correlate with what's going on in the story.
To be what's in his head.
There's maybe, like, 3 times the song directly matches up with what just happened in the story. Yeah. So that already was pissing me off. It's like, this isn't...
Publicity for the Gen Z.
It's just so lazy. Half-assed. Like, there's no originality, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
I mean, he has a band at some point that's a little more original.
There was one song that he performed in the video where there was an actual bassist and keyboardist. Every other time, it's either just him with a guitar or him and Travis Barker. And Travis Barker was the only one in that video that made it somewhat watchable, was just to see what the hell he was doing in the background.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be having fun playing drums all the time.
Yeah.
Well, he produced the album.
Long for the shit show. I hope you wouldn't say that. I forgot.
He produced all of it, yeah.
Why?
Well, Travis Barker is,
Blink-182
he just wants to play drums.
Was not that bad. There's good songs.
Hey, whoa, okay. Do I have to digress here and defend Blink-182?
No, you don't.
I will defend Blink-182 to my dying day.
No, they're pretty good. So
they're pretty good? Son of a bitch.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Alright.
Tom DeLonge is a melodic gift to us.
Okay. In any case.
Where are you?
I'm
so sorry. All right?
I'm so sorry.
Where can you top that? I'm kidding. I kid. He does actually have amazing melodies. That one, not so much. But Blink-182 is a phenomenal pop band because
they're fun and they have originality.
Right. The thing they set out to do, that they've said in interviews, is that we wanted to basically be like a modern nursery rhyme, like melodically speaking, like punk nursery rhymes.
Cute. I like that.
You know, so you know that's why a lot of them were just like stupid but super catchy and easy to, you know, but there was an intent behind it, and also it was funny because a lot of their hit singles were written to basically say like fuck you to the record label. It's like, oh, we need a better single, and then they would go write just like some half-ass song, and then it would become like First Date. It's like, really? It's like, yeah, I wrote it in like, you know, 30 minutes. If that. I just went in the other room and was like, fine, here's this. And they'd be like, it's amazing. Anyways, digression to Blink-182. I will defend them.
Yeah.
What was your point?
My point was just Travis Barker. He was probably just along for the shit show. I don't understand why he's on there, but that's all I was going to say.
I think he probably has some motivation to help push pop punk back into like a mainstream
for sure
audience.
Yeah.
And also he has done a ton of collaborations with rappers. Like he is heavily into the hip hop scene. Or today's hip hop scene. And so it makes sense.
He's no longer a rapper though, because now he's a pop punk guy, I guess, or something.
Until he switches back.
He switches back, yeah.
I wouldn't consider him a pop punk guy.
I wouldn't consider him a rapper either. He's just kind of nebulously floating in between and just.
Yeah. Well, he's more a rapper. I mean,
he has more albums.
Anyways, back to this shitty video.
Anyway.
This isn't done yet.
No, it gets worse because then she gets pregnant.
Yeah.
And then they have to have this whole thing where it's like, oh, well, I'm gonna tell you, and she buys him a guitar and tapes it together somehow and makes it work. And
I forgot about that.
Yeah, and then she's like, here's this guitar, and he's like, thanks, which is like, your girlfriend just gave you a guitar that she like pieced together from a thrift shop, and you're just like, thanks. It's like, God, I want to punch this guy in the face. And then second, she's like, you know, preparing to tell him that she's pregnant, and it's like, why didn't you just tell him right there? It's right there. That was the that was the buffer, I guess, of just like, here's a guitar, surprise, I'm pregnant.
What a great plan. What a great reveal plan.
I'm trying to think in Machine Gun Kelly's standards.
Yeah.
But then she drives off and gets killed in a car crash. Wah.
Yeah,
she always said that I needed to start a band.
She
always said I needed to start a band, so let's start a band. They start a band. And this is where it's like, you can tell that he's never been to an actual like local
punk
show. In punk show. Because there's... They put on the show, he puts out flyers, like, my band's playing this show at this place. And literally, like, alright, local shows will sometimes have shitty turnouts, and it'll just be like a couple friends of the band. That's happened before, especially in high school. That, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not like the 3 popular girls that are going... And also, if you're the boyfriend of the girl that just got killed in a car crash and you like starting to have a shot, like there's gonna be a little bit more attention, just like out of pity, I guess. Yeah. You know, it's not just gonna be these 3 girls, and then one of them tries to bang him.
Yep.
The girl, the dead girl's best friend.
Kelly's idea. Well, it would be funny if that girl tried to bang him.
Yeah, and then he's.
Yeah.
It's so just like what.
Yeah.
What, and then there's a point later where this is when he finds out that she was pregnant, is because the friend was at this burger joint with her purse, and he's like, is that her purse? And then he goes up. Oh, and also, by the way, in the meantime, this band gets, you know, they just blow up
from having 3 people
at a show because the drummer or the bassist uploads the song, and it just blew up magically. So now they're huge.
Josh's face.
So now they're huge, and this guy, the bully that was always like bullying him, was like, "Hey, so you're kind of like popping now. Can I get like a selfie?" Snap.
I didn't actually watch that part. That's funny.
And then he sees the bag or the purse, and it's like, what? Who is writing this? Oh yeah, Machine Gun Kelly. He goes up to the girl. He's like, "Is that her purse?" And she was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Why do you have it?" It's like, "She was my best friend." And then he said, "Well, fuck that," and just grabs it and walks out. He's like, "Fuck that," and then "fuck you."
Okay, I guess I missed some really good parts at this video.
What? What?
Alright. I love anime. This is like the most degenerate bullshit I've ever heard in my life.
And then it gets worse.
Oh my god.
Goes out, is rummaging through the things as if her best friend wouldn't have gone through the things already and just replaced it with her things.
Right.
So apparently the best friend is just walking with her dead friend's purse with all of the belongings in it still. Which is just like, what in the actual fuck is going on here? Finds a notebook that says, "Dear Diary,
I'm pregnant."
I'm pregnant.
No, he did not.
Yes. I'm pregnant with... Oh, and the guy's name is Phoenix, which is already just
Phoenix.
Like... Yeah.
Holy shit.
I'm pregnant with Phoenix's baby, and I just don't know how to tell him. And then he starts crying because, I mean, yeah. And also, people were making fun of him also the entire time after she's dead for, like, visiting his grave. Visiting her grave. He's like, "That's kind of weird, dude." It's like...
That's kind of weird that you're visiting your dead lover's grave.
How's that weird?
Wow.
How's that weird? That's part of the mourning process.
Gen Z, please don't take...
Please kill yourself.
Stop.
Let's end humanity.
Hold on. Please don't...
It's not going up from here.
To Machine Gun Kelly. Please don't take any part of this to heart, because this is fucking ridiculous.
So, there's a scene... And remember, this is all broken up by Machine Gun Kelly screaming into, you know...
The mic.
Yeah. Ah, God. Alright, almost done.
I want to
Last thing...
away.
I guess there's some stuff in between, but basically it ends with some ceremony, like, I don't know if it's a graduation ceremony or just an end-of-year ceremony, but for some reason... And I think... I started tuning out. I kind of just, like, looked up and was like, "Oh, we're here? Okay." He goes up to the stage. I don't know why, because...
He's valedictorian, obviously.
I guess, yeah. But, yeah, he's invited up to the stage for some reason. I don't know why. I think I stopped paying attention at that point. But then he goes and cuts his ear off. And throws it on the stage. Yeah. And then it just ends.
It sounds like I missed all the best parts.
Yeah. Yeah, it ends with him cutting off his ear.
Cutting off his ear. Is that supposed to be just like a Machine Gun Kelly being like, "I know what Pablo Picasso did. He cut off his ear."
You mean Van Gogh?
Sorry, Van Gogh. See, I'm dumb too. I'm even worse. Why would you do that?
Some of the comments were thinking it's like, "Oh, that was him just saying that he's not listening anymore."
I'm sorry?
I don't...
Fuck off.
He's not listening anymore? Yeah, Gen Z, that's what you do when you have to deal with shit. You cut off your ear instead.
I guess so. I guess that's going to be a new trend. Of just cutting off your ear during graduation.
Sorry, I feel like I'm shitting on Gen Z so much on this. They're probably not the only generation that is targeted, like this video is targeted to, so I'm sorry. There's, I'm sure, a few people out there who are very good and not watching this bullshit.
I guess we're going to see a bunch of people cutting off their ears maybe soon, and we'll just have a bunch of Van Goghs out there, or wannabes. Yeah. But, yeah, so that's how it ends, and so now let's get to the music, because the video is shit. The music is so frustrating because it is so close to being good. It is so close to being good. Like the song writing is there. The lyrics are not there, but this, like, you know, just the overall musicality of, I mean, I guess it's really not that hard to, you know. find a progression of power chords, but
right.
You know, it's still just, you know, I'm pretty sure Travis Barker had more of the
say.
I mean,
instrumentally,
the drums really help drive it.
Yeah.
You know, but the melodies are still very, you know, pop punk, and there's some good melodies in there. A lot of them sound exactly the same, but it would have been so much better if his voice didn't suck. His voice just, like, his delivery just does not fit, in my opinion, in my ever so humble opinion, does not fit at all with the music, the
pop punk,
the arrangements, the instrumentation, the musicality, his voice, and I think it was also partly due to the mix. They mixed him as if he was still a mumble rapper.
Yeah.
Where the voice is, it still sounds too electronic. It's weird. It doesn't fit, and there's points where it's so clearly auto-tune.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be like this, like in a very punk part of the song. It's not, because there are parts where it's like, and here let's shoehorn this rapper in real quick for a cameo. Honestly, some of the features were not awful. One of them was like, who the hell is this guy? I forgot what his name is. One, Ian Dorr or something. No, Trippie Redd.
Trippie Redd. Yeah,
Trippie Redd. Don't know who you are, but let's keep it that way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, Ian Dorr was actually the one that I was like, oh, that was actually pretty good.
I've heard some of his stuff before. I like it.
So I take that back. Sorry. I was mistaken. But, yeah, his voice just kind of kills it for most of these songs, where it's like so close and like, oh, yeah, I could probably rock with this if it didn't have Machine Gun Kelly's voice.
I'm still at a loss of what he's trying to, like, what kind of legacy he's trying to leave himself as an artist, to be honest, because of all of his flopping around recently. And I still feel like with rap, I mean, maybe this is because I don't know his rap that much, but I don't feel like he's made a huge impact in the rap scene apart from that giant feud with Eminem. That was like a whole thing that everyone was watching, just because it kept appearing in people's like feeds and stuff. I don't know. I feel like he never made a huge impact there. Now he wants to go to pop punk for the past like year or two. And as you mentioned, it's not stuff that's going to be long lasting. I mean, melodically it's okay, instrumentally it's okay, but it's not something that...
There's nothing original.
There's nothing original about it.
It just made me want to go listen to Blink-182 and like Sum 41.
Yeah, just good. Sum 41, baby! I miss them.
Yes. Yeah.
Miss them. So it's strange. I don't know what he's trying to get at here. Thank you for all of this, though.
Well, I went back and listened to his earlier rap, and like he has good flow. The flow's there. I mean, lyrically, it's nothing to really write home about, and that was no more apparent than on his diss track to Eminem called Rap Devil. Which
I forgot that was called Rap Devil.
Yeah, I mean, it was supposed to be
Awkward.
Obviously a play on Rap God.
Yep.
But here's the thing. If you're... Like, I'm all for releasing diss tracks. You know, that's part of the rap game.
Yeah.
You know, be an arrogant, cocky asshole and say that you're the best.
That's
kind of part of it. But one is that what I don't like about what I've heard... This is just what I've heard from more recent rappers and shit, is that they don't really respect like the greats and those that came before, whereas even back in like the 90s and early 2000s, you know, they were still shouting out the people that came before. They weren't like disrespecting them. They were calling out people they were competing with currently, their contemporaries. That's who they were calling out to be like, you know, you ain't nothing. But I feel like a lot of modern rappers are like saying that, like, oh yeah, these guys ain't shit. It's all about now, all about us. It's like, where's the respect? You guys suck. You guys got nothing compared to what those that came before you. And
in any genre, that is a big no-no.
So, with Machine Gun Kelly's diss track, he was kind of going that route with how he was dissing M. And basically saying, like, you're washed up, you're just mad because I'm, like, the hot new thing, and yada, yada, yada. And the beat kind of sucked. The flow was there. But here's the thing. If you're going to call it Rap Devil as a play against Rap God, and you're not going to compete with the same, like, speed and lyrical, like, gymnastics that Eminem put forth with Rap God, then you're already making a joke out of yourself.
Also, there could have been so much more with that interplay, right? That I guess, change from Rap God to Rap Devil. Make the instrumental, like, something cool or, like, darker, like, you know, really drive home that...
dark-ish.
Yeah,
but...
It could have been better, though.
Yeah, but then Eminem came out with Kill Shot and was like... Boom.
Yeah.
I mean, the opening words was like, I'm only going to do this once. And, yeah, it was just... It just showcased just how further ahead Eminem, and I think all of Eminem's contemporaries and those that came before him, the greats, they had so much better wordplay. Like, Machine Gun Kelly's insults were more, like, literal and just straightforward with some rhymes and flow. But, you know, like, Eminem and others...
It's all about the layers.
It's all about the lyrics, the wordplay, where it's like you think they're going somewhere, and then they say, like, the punchline of the line, and it's like, oh, that...
Yeah, layers.
That's so cool, because he's saying this and that. And it was building up to this. Oh. And it just makes the insult even that much, like, punchier, because it's like, it takes a little bit to click in, and it's like, oh, nice.
Because, and ultimately...
Instead of just like...
That's what rap should be, because the rapper's one job, in my opinion, is to be a wordsmith.
Yes.
That's what you are.
That's the name of the game.
That's the name of the game, bro. And if you're just trying to be some of these mumble rappers too, I'm not saying it's just, you know, I don't know, Machine Gun Kelly, but there's a lot of modern rap that doesn't go into that layers, and it's upsetting. Anyway.
So, yeah, that feud was squashed. Yeah. And, alright, so here's the thing with Machine Gun Kelly that plays back into the video, is that he has a bit of cockiness to him that I think soils everything that he does. Because I looked into the interviews about, like, the feud, and M came out because originally everyone thought it was because Machine Gun Kelly said something about Haley, and how she was, like, hot. And Eminem was like, I didn't care about that. I was pissed that he said that he was better, or he was the best. And honestly, I kind of, like, regretted it, because I just give these guys more attention when I like put out a diss track against them. I don't give a fuck about you. Like, he said that in the interview. It was like, I don't give a fuck about you. Just, like, completely writing it off. It was like, yeah, I mean, he's put out so much just these past, like, 4 years, and he just, you know, he'll throw out a, like, Kill Shot was nothing. He's just like, yeah, let's do this real quick. Boom. You know, and then in interviews regarding the long-ass video for the album Tickets to My Downfall, he was touting as if it's, like, this huge original concept that's never been done before. And in the quote, he said, yeah, it's just really cool because it's, like, never been done before. And there's likes in the quote, like, it's, like, never been done before, which is always really weird to read in writing. But then he related it to, yeah, it's never been done before, except maybe, like, outside of Pink Floyd's The Wall.
I saw that quote. I wanted to crawl into a hole.
You can't say it's never been done before and then point out something that did it.
Let alone a legendary piece of work, piece of art that is Pink Floyd's The Wall. And we're not just saying that because we're, like, anti-mainstream or something. That is fucking one of the best.
Well, Pink Floyd's The Wall was almost like a... that was when they felt alienated by their fan base because of, like, I forgot the whole history behind it, but basically Pink Floyd was like, why, like...
Are you talking about the reception to The Wall? Or why it was made?
Around the time, they were like, why do you guys like us? We're going to keep doing, like, this weird shit. And they felt like the fame was attributed just because of, like, they said people like us because they want to be that kind of like rock star famous thing. Mm-hmm. They had this weird insecurity about if people actually liked them for the music or liked them for just because they were the big thing at the time.
Interesting.
And so The Wall was kind of, I think, had some nods to that kind of feeling.
Yeah.
But yeah, and also, it wasn't just The Wall. Like, there's been other examples of bands that try to do, like, a full-length movie that ties in the album. I mean, if you want to go all the way back, the Beatles were doing that first.
Yeah.
All right? They would make the movie, and then the songs would be featured. It's not as, like, conceptually put together, but then that would come later with The Who.
Yeah.
And, like, Tommy with Pinball Wizard, and then even after that, Quadrophenia.
Quadrophenia?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which, again, that's still not, like, you know, music exactly with the album.
Yeah, but basically, it's a
it's
similar
all,
concept.
Right, it's all tied in. And apparently Sturgill Simpson, too, just did something like this last year, but with an anime. Which is way more badass.
That's awesome.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah, you've seen it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the thing. It's like, and also, the whole format in general is really just a musical.
Yeah.
You know?
Very bad one.
Like, if you're going to do skits in between the songs, you're making a musical. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. It's not a unfamiliar concept, you know? Mm-hmm. And
my only hope is, you know, a lot of the things that you just rattled off, for example, with the long concept albums or music related to, like, a long-ass video, a lot of those were done in the past. It's not something that is as common for, like, newer artists, and that's something I personally would like to see more of.
I like to personally see more of it. I think
as long as it's not as bad as Machine Gun Kelly's, obviously, but I mean, because with people are now getting so creative with, like, things like live streams and, you know, even, like, TikTok videos. Artists are getting so creative with, like, their time limitations. 8 seconds, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 60 seconds for social media. I would love to see more artists who can pull off this format that Machine Gun Kelly tried, of this long album turned music video musical. I'd like to see more artists explore that route. If his record label let him do that, and he's not even good at this thing, I hope that this paves the way for more people to be doing this type of thing, who are good musicians and can pull it off. That's my only hope.
That's the conundrum.
Yeah.
Is, I think anyone who's ever written a concept album has always thought of the visual aspect of the story. Like, this would be great if we could, like, make a movie with it too. Everyone who's written a concept album, I guarantee, has had that thought pass through their minds. What stops them is execution. How the hell do we actually make that as good as it should be? Mm-hmm. And I think that's why that's the reason why it hasn't been done as much, because it's hard. It's a lot harder than you think to interweave all of that. The intermedium, just too, like pairing the music so closely to the visuals and making both kind of separate but also together, stand apart on their own, and then also be better together too. It's a lot harder to execute that than I think people realize, and I think somebody should have told Machine Gun Kelly that before they started. It's like, are you sure you want to do this? Because this, I mean, his audience probably, he doesn't have a high bar to jump over, so I guess he's just proven with his how much attention it's gotten and the response it's gotten. People are liking it.
I wonder.
The comments were, it was like
all over the place.
It was the hottest thing. Like, they were diving so deep into it, pulling out things
that
like,
weren't even there.
See, this is what happens when society doesn't listen to you. It's
you
like,
cut off your ear.
What? This had nothing to do with how society doesn't listen to the guy. This was him being...
He made a mistake. The girl also made a mistake when she wasn't paying attention. I forget, when she's driving. I don't know, whatever.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
None of it made any sense. There was no actual, like...
No.
conceptual story here. And I think that's why it all fell apart, because you were trying to force a conceptual idea to an album that wasn't really
meant to work in
that way.
A concept. Yeah.
Or at least, in my opinion, didn't land as a well-executed concept. As much as he possibly intended it to be so.
Again, I don't know. I feel like I agree with what you were saying with the fact that this is much harder to execute than people think it is. I would argue, too, for people who have major labels backing them, maybe major labels were worried about how well it would be received. But now that people have been experimenting so much in 2020, they couldn't go perform live. People were releasing more documentaries on Netflix, like Shawn Mendes, all those other people. This guy's bullshit album video. All of these things are so popular, and I hope that they'll get funding to artists who actually can pull off these things. I know it's hard. Maybe people are scared because they don't want to just fail at them. I do feel like financials was probably also another reason that artists were able to really explore this previously, especially signed to record labels that are big, because the assumption is that people have 5-second times, attention spans, and they don't want to
but I think if you market it the right way and advertise it, people will be intrigued by something like that.
Well, this proves it. Hopefully to the major labels. I really like Beyonce as far as pop music goes.
Yeah, even Beyonce did some kind of movie type thing for Lemonade.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That wasn't exactly like this.
No, but still, it's not an original concept, Machine Gun Kelly. Okay. God.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot. I'm so angry because it's like I see the potential there.
Right.
It's like Greta Van Fleet with my rant last week. It's like I see the potential and you're just pissing it away.
Machine Gun Kelly will never likely wake up to it. I think GVF has a chance still. Personally.
They're younger.
Machine Gun Kelly, probably not.
Yeah, and also, it was a little weird, was that this guy's almost 30. By this time, Blink-182 was already starting to get into the more, mature, air quotes, content, with the 2001 album. It was a huge leap in how serious they took it. The lyrics weren't as,
But, that's because they were trying to market to, 11-year-olds, middle schoolers.
Well, yeah, they grew up.
Yeah. This guy's not
guy's not growing up.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Yeah, this guy's almost 30.
What? He's 29 or something.
Yeah, 29. And it's all this angst is
He is 30.
I feel like you get it out of your system by this point.
Yeah. I think you're putting a little bit too much credit for him into this. I think a lot of this is his label trying to push him onto.
But in the credits, it was all whatever his real name is.
Oh, really?
It was all
okay, never mind. I take that back.
Written and produced by, directed.
I take that back.
Concept by him.
All right, I take it back.
And Travis Barker.
Interesting. Let us know what you guys think of Machine Gun Kelly in the comments below, I suppose. And any other artists that you feel like is wasted potential. That'd be fun to talk about. GVF, Machine Gun Kelly, anyone else you guys can think of, let us know. Because it's fun.
There's potential. It's just, spend more time practicing your guitar, practicing your voice.
Definitely your voice.
Than, doing whatever you're doing with Megan Fox.
Drugs and sex. Yeah. Man.
All right. So, wow, man, that felt so good. That felt so good to get off my chest.
I see the weight lifted from your shoulders. I see you are a new man after that rant. You can live your life in peace. And I'm sorry that you had to watch that all.
I watched all of it. And then to find out that the lead actor was a TikTok star, a TikTok teen. It's like, who the fuck is this kid? And he owns a business. He's one of those TikTok guys that owns a business that just puts together other TikTokers.
He's milking the system. So there are people stupid enough to watch it. It's like the next Kardashian.
That's who's stupid enough to watch it. Me. I fell for it. Thanks, Adela. God.
Oh man. Honestly, I don't know what else we could say after all that.
Just roast my track.
Roast a track. Let's go for it. Let's listen to some good music now, shall we? Let's do that.
No, well, now we can't play mine.
No, please. I want to listen to nice things. Like Dan Asio. Actually, which one? Asio?
Yeah, I think.
Okay, sorry.
I think that's how you pronounce
Dan
it now, so I was
Asio.
just going with that. Yeah, Asio.
Dan Asio. Josh, which one do you think? We have to do off as an EP.
Yeah.
Which one? Do you have a preference?
Just Not Come Alive, because I honestly didn't like how the vocal take came out. Especially now that I feel like I've reached a new level with my singing.
Yay! Let's do Jaded. Jaded is the single.
Okay.
Right?
I like Jaded.
Yeah.
Let's do Jaded is the one with the music video, which you guys can watch. We'll link it in the description.
The speaker's off.
Speaker's off?
It turned off because I wasn't using it as long.
Move. We gotta let Josh into the frame. Is Josh in the frame?
Alright.
Yeah.
Have you guys prepared any material for this?
No.
We're gonna go. Just.
I didn't know what song we were doing.
I've listened to this song before, so I already have an idea.
I played on this song.
You did. He played bass on this track.
Perfect. So we have a little bit of background knowledge to roast.
He wrote and played the bass line, which was great.
Damn. Good job. Oh, what was that?
About
Scream in the beginning? Could you do any more pitiful scream? That wasn't very.
All right, we're off to a good start here.
That wasn't very convincing.
All right. Okay. I see how it is.
You know what I'm getting a little bit from, and I've always wanted to tell you this actually. Kind of island vibes right now.
Island.
I'm jaded and totally bored. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like a little bit of.
It's like what I told you. I got
Island
Sons of the
vibes.
Sea vibes from this. From just your songs. I told you that one time. Yeah, I feel like I'm on the beach.
Yeah. On a beach with an alcoholic. Someone who's very sad about their life.
That's me.
Yeah, I'm on the beach alone at midnight with a beer.
From Dry City.
From Dry City. Sol de Noche. What's the Spanish word for moon?
I don't know. El Moon.
El Moon Noche.
Are those the voices in your head, Dan? The little background harmonies? Are those the voices in your head?
Yeah. Fun fact about Dan. He thinks in harmonies.
Yeah.
Those are just a few of them.
Yeah. Lots of voices there, you got.
So frustrated they don't look the same, so they fake it.
Huh.
And hide behind vanity.
I'm actually listening to the lyrics now, like, yeah, I agree with it. Hold up, back to roasting. I feel like I don't know if you believe what you're saying 100% too. You sound like, you know, you're kind of just like saying this. You don't sound very
like you're
offensive.
jaded,
You sound like you're jaded. Those vocals lines behind you are kind of disappearing. Speaking of disappearing, they're a little soft sometimes, you know? They're kind of like going in and out.
Add
It's kind
in
of hard to
mix this
hear.
Play Mirabelle.
Oh, is there a key change coming up?
Whoa.
What's happening here?
I don't know music theory.
It's
So rock and roll,
slowing
man.
down. Huh. Oh, you think you're so fancy, do you? Look at this little chord progression. And now there's like fucking, I don't even know how to call it.
Dissonance.
Some dissonance.
Whoa.
Now you're like a really sad island boy. I don't know, you're just oohing and ahhing away.
You guys suck at
I
roasting.
know.
Yeah.
I want to cry.
You know?
Sound like a lowly merman.
There we go.
Does
That's
sound like
better.
a lonely
Yeah.
man.
Waves hitting the rocks.
That's true.
Do I get some hot mermaids?
No,
you're just
that's why you're so
no.
single.
You're soul merman.
Yeah. Oh. He's trying to find his way back. So where he started with that little part. And now we found it again. Okay. So, like, I guess you turned into a merman for a little bit there, and now you're back to just chilling on the island. I really don't know how to row.
So you're like trying to like throw a pity party or something?
Yeah.
Fucking like try to disappear or whatever the fuck. Alright.
I'll give you that one.
Don't know proper etiquette. You're like some sort of dick or something.
Yeah, all this sounds like a very long extended cry for help. But I don't know if anyone's listening.
Yeah, this is just more personal than one song, but I guess it still applies as a roast.
Well,
You just say, "Oh, I need to speak my mind. I'm so sad," and then.
Do you think my next single should just be that? It's just, I'm so sad, I'm gonna speak my mind.
Yo.
Alright, sorry that we suck at roasting. I really like that song, so it's kind of hard. I think next time I should probably come prepared with some roasts since I'm not usually used to roasting people. But that's a good song. It's a, and I like the vibes of it. I like the honesty of the lyrics too. I think it's super relatable, especially nowadays. We all kind of feel jaded. It's hard to speak our minds because people keep kind of trying to shut you up because they all think that they know better. We don't have a chance to really have a conversation.
Yeah.
So I agree with that completely. And I also do like the little lost in the sea part in the middle there. I think it's nice. I know the first time I listened to it, I was like, whoa, I did not expect this. But it was kind of a nice surprise. I was like, huh,
yeah.
Cool.
Just you wait. For some reason, I keep writing crazy tempo changes with all my songs.
It's fun.
So this album, I'm demoing it out in Ableton, and, I'll be playing to the click track, and then I realize, oh, this part is
different.
Not in 108 BPM. And then I have to figure out, tap. Oh, holy shit, 160? Okay, well, I guess we can make that jump. Let's do it. And that happens with probably, like, 7 out of the 10 songs that I'm working on right now. And I'm like, I don't know, I just write them. Like, I'm not
that's super
playing
cool.
to a click, but it just comes out that way. I will give you the delivery, though. I have been very critical of my vocal delivery with this song and, like, Come Alive. I just felt like, especially now, I was telling Josh this, I feel like I've unlocked, like, the next level in my singing voice, tone, and projection and everything.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
That I hear this and I'm like, oh. Yeah, it does sound just like me.
I think it sounds pretty good. I think
so. When I re-record it, it's gonna be like me.
Nice. I like the change.
Right? It's a little bit more me.
I could just say one thing. If you're gonna do a lot of these tempo changes, I think that's super cool. But one thing from a listener's perspective, maybe not do like every single song on the album, unless you're trying to go for a super proggy kind of sound. Just because I feel like sometimes it could be, I don't know. It could lose the vibe of the song. But with Jaded, for example, it definitely still keeps the vibe, so I don't know where you're going with all the tempo changes.
Well, there's a tempo change in Don't Know Anything, too.
Yeah.
And a couple others.
Just 2
I'm
cents.
just going to do
them.
them.
2 cents.
Because
do you?
I got more confidence. At first I was like, oh, these tempo changes. Because I used to work with somebody that was like, you can't have a tempo change.
You definitely
could.
What?
I was wondering.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
But then I listened to, everyone should check this lady out. Again, another find from the 60s. Laura Nyro, or Nyro, I don't know, Nyro. Her whole album, 13th Confession of Eli or something. Like, every song has, like, crazy tempo changes, but it flows so well, and it's so much fun when it hits you with a tempo change, and it works so well.
Right.
And it got completely shat on when it first came out. It was like, what's with all the tempo changes? But now it's like, What's with all those tempo changes?
Hey.
I think if it float.
I'm just ahead of the curve, you know?
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna be the next TikTok trend.
Bro, best of luck to you, man. That'd be great.
I'm gonna be the new like whatever comes after TikTok. I'll be the
thing after talk.
After talk.
The after talk.
The after talk.
There you go. Your fingers.
The talk tech.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like as long as the soul of the song stays. Some people knock on some prog rock that I know.
It's a little pretentious.
If there's a lot, sometimes it's like, where's the message of the song still? In all this.
Yeah, I feel you. All right, that's good.
But I don't necessarily. I don't think that you're gonna run into that problem because you have a very good sense of narration in your songwriting. I feel like, and like progression. So, yeah. I just wanted to throw that out there because my brain thought it'd be good, but then as I was speaking it, I realized it's probably not gonna be a problem for you because you're sensible.
Because I'm just that good.
What a dick.
Hey, I'm the humblest person I know.
He could write a book about himself because he's so humble.
That's right. Alright? There ain't nobody more humble than me. Alright? I'm the nicest person. I never give myself credit for anything. Alright? I'm always dishing it out to others because I'm the humblest person.
Fuck off.
I almost turned into Bernie Sanders.
I know. I was like, with your fingers, too.
Yeah, once I got that, I was like,
you got it?
Bernie?
Bernie, where are you?
Humility is cancelled.
We are gonna take it to the 1%. The billionaires, they've gotta pay. Alright? They've gotta pay. It's time. Our time is now.
Hashtag game stonk.
Who are we roasting next?
Got him. No.
We gotta hit somebody up, make sure it's okay with them.
Yeah.
If you got any ideas, send
Let
us.
us know.
Send us your ideas.
If you yourself would like to be roasted, let us know.
Be warned, though, that I will be...
He's much better
roasting.
at this than probably both of us. I mean, Josh is better than me. I'll come prepared, so I can... I need to practice being mean on purpose.
I just do it for fun. I don't usually mean
No,
any of
I
the mean
know.
things I say,
Yeah.
except for when it's regarding Machine Gun Kelly.
And Greta Van Fleet.
Then I mean all of it. Oh, especially Greta Van Fleet. And Josh.
Yeah.
Alright, well, we should probably wrap this up.
Alright.
We went on quite the tirade.
Oh, wow.
That was great. I loved every bit of that.
That was fun.
And I loved every bit of you. What?
Aw. Aw? Maybe not. Okay. This has been...
Thanks, man.
Okay. Wait, so let's start this off. Do you want to say... Let's start with Josh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, I'm Josh.
You're Dan?
And you're Adela?
And this has been another episode of the Underbelly After-Hours.
In my basement?
Boy!